How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the top skins submitted to the workshop this week. If you are new, just to explain what this means, there's a lot of skins and they do not always make it in. So it doesn't mean you can buy these skins yet. These skins will be picked from this next week by the developer, and some will make it in, usually around 8, sometimes more. So that's how it works. That's always a big question that everyone asks. So let's dive straight into our clothing. We've got some more rare items when it comes to clothing. Starting out, we've got some ponchos. The first set here is the homeless set by Johnny, and it says no war, and it's made up of cardboard and duct tape and everything, and just the detail to it is amazing. I mean, look at this. It really does look like it's made out of some old cardboard. And it is so weathered and taped together. Just absolutely something very cool. Next, we've got some more hide attire for you, but this time it is the vest, not the poncho. We've got a lifeguard set for you. It's a 3-piece with a boonie hat, and you've got the vest and the pants. And yeah, it's just a nice little redo there. And with summer coming up, it just kind of makes sense. Alright, next we've got a hoodie and pants set for you that may make people come after you a little bit more. This is the festive costume hoodie, and well, the whole thing kind of just took like that ghillie material and made it rainbow, and honestly, I feel like it makes you look like a piñata. And what do people do with piñatas? They hit them with sticks. So yeah. Well, you know, maybe someone wants to be a party favor or the distraction. You never know, right? One way or another, it's definitely a very cool looking set. Speaking of cool looking sets, oh boy, is this one insane. This is the Muscles hoodie and pants. And oh man, it just looks like you turned somebody inside out. Or well, no, not inside out, I guess. That would look different. Peeled their skin off to reveal their muscle layers underneath. And yeah, they just did an amazing job with this. It even glistens, and there's a few little veins popping here and there. And yeah, this thing is just crazy looking. And yeah, a lot of people keep saying, oh, Attack on Titan too. But you know, whatever makes you like it, right? Next, we've got a continuation with the Glistener set with the road sign gloves and the boots. As we take a look at the road sign gloves, they have that nice little shine as you would expect, with the little armored pieces here and there. And as we get down to the boots, they are made from kind of like a shiny metallic kind of like I don't know what to call that really. What kind of material would that be? One where it's definitely not metal. One way or another, it definitely fits the set quite well. Next up, we've got a continuation in the Dragon Rage set with the road sign armor, and as you'll see, the dragon wraps around the whole chest and all the way down through the kilt, which is quite cool. And it's nice how that kind of continues there. And then if we come up to the top, you can see there's a dragon mask on the flipped up part there. And yeah, it just fits that kind of nice design. The rest of it kind of has a little bit of a plate carrier kind of design there, as you can see on the rest of the pieces. Last, we have a HQM set for you here with the Voodoo set by Jessen. And yeah, as you can see here, it's got kind of like a wooden plate kind of under there, and the rest of it's adorned with all sorts of plates. And then if you come up to the face, it is painted on up like a scary voodoo mask, I guess. I don't know, I'm not an expert on that, but hey, there you go. Very bright looking set. Next up, we have our deployables, and right here we've got the space sleeping bag. And yeah, this one has all sorts of there's a little rocket and something that kind of looks like the dome floating around. I'm not sure what that is, honestly. Maybe it's an escape pod or something, satellite, who knows. One way or another, it does have a glowing and a non-glowing version, so once we hit the lights, we'll come back and show you that. Moving on, we've got a meds box for you. If it looks familiar, well, there's that neon set, and it looks like we may be getting a small box version of it. At least the artist is trying for that. And this is the small neon meds box, and man, that would go with the set quite nicely. Speaking of box sets, we've got another addition to the scientific one with the fishing storage. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fishing stuff, so this actually is something I can see a lot of people wanting to use. Also has a nice little aqua blue color to it, which I think is quite nice. Moving along, we've got another box for you over here. This one is the maintenance large storage box. And as you can see, it's themed after kind of the rail lines. Very rusty looking, fits into the game quite well. Then we've got another box for you, which is a continuation in the clear frame set by Just Mao. And yeah, Just Mao says, can't speak today. One way or another. There we got these sides here. Are closed up, and then you can see some rad pills and all sorts of stuff going on. Syringes thrown in there. Definitely a cool design. Next, we've got a rug for you, which is part of the Outer Planet set, if you can't tell. And yeah, it has these cool little kind of like wires and so forth to kind of make it look like a neon panel. Could definitely see a lot of people loving to decorate their bases with this, not just the floors, but on the walls and ceilings. Next, we've got some doors for you. This one is a crystal rock door, and yeah, it's just kind of got this little cave-looking design to it. It kind of makes me wish we could paint the outside of bases too. Next, over here, we've got a clown door for you, and yeah, I mean, well, it just fits. It's the clown sheet metal door, and a lot of people like to call each other clowns in this game, so hey, you know, I guess you could give them the door to go with it. If this comes in. Next, we've got this door over here. It is called the radiator sheet metal door, but honestly, it kind of reminds me of a graphics card. Well, I guess you could say it is a cooling unit, heating unit, whatever, one way or another, heat sink, etc. So there you go. Definitely has a cool little glow to it as well, which we'll show you on the dark part. Speaking of cool glows, there's this shattered door right here, which is the Shattered Dimension door by Trix. And this one definitely has a very unique look to it, and it stands out quite a bit at night, which we'll show you here shortly. Then we've got another cool door. This one is the advertising metal door, and as you can see, it's a bunch of TVs put together, and each television screen has something rusty going on with it. And it does have a glow and a non-glow version, so we'll be showing you the glow here shortly. Next, we've got some garage doors for you. First one is part of the spray can set by Lodi. This one has two versions, a glow and a non-glow version. Then over here, we've got the Call 911. This is the emergency garage door. This has two versions, actually. The glow on both of them. The difference is this one has a firefighter on it and the other one doesn't. So there you go. It's actually quite a big difference. You know, no graphic and just graphic. Lastly, over here, we've got the mystery door for you. And yeah, who knows what's behind it? Is there loot? Is it a wall? You'll never know. You're just going to have to blow it to find out. Because I think that at least was the idea behind it. As you can see, it's got some cool glow going on too there. As does this one. Nice little glow on the spray can. Really love those little monitors on the television screens there. Man, it really does look like a cracked dimension. There's that green glow on this one. Then we can cruise on down to the rug. Nice, beautiful glow, just like the rest of the set. Then, of course, we've got the box over here. Nothing on the sides, really. So it's just the tops and long sides. Short sides, I should say. Nothing on the short sides. Then we've got the fishing box. Small meds. And the sleeping bag. All right, let's jump into our tools and weapons. Starting out, we've got this little bus for you. This is the Mr. Bus Hammer by Zinc. And yeah, it says next stop is Harbor. There you go. Definitely quite a funny little design, and it fits right into Rust. And if you can't tell, the bus also has a cigar it's smoking and a mustache. Next, we've got a salvaged ice pick. Oh, skins for these never make it in. But hey, maybe, I mean, Hulk seemed to really like the rebar tools. Maybe it has a chance. Oh man, we'll just have to see how it goes. But definitely hoping for something. Next, we've got a couple crossbows for you, starting out with this one here, which just fits right into the rusty crustiness of Rust. This is the direction crossbow, and as you can see, when you aim down the sights here, there's some like repurposed rubber and so forth. Go ahead and do that reload, and take a look one more time. Next, we've got another crossbow. I was like, is it going to pop out or what? And this one is also quite rusty and fits right into the world of Rust, of course. The industrial crossbow by Anathan. And yeah, it's got that little gear there. When you aim down the sights, you actually have a little bit of a clear kind of like mesh area, which is quite interesting. Go ahead and pop a reload. And there we have it. Some clear mesh right there as well. Next, we've got an Ioka, and, well, the whole thing looks like some burnt meat. This is the grilled Ioka. And, yeah, well, it's some grilled meat with, like, a little, like, gun part stuck in it, and it's hilarious. You gotta love the goofy skins. Because Rust itself is crazy and goofy. Next, we've got a Revy for ya, and this one is the Headhunter Revolver by Ideal. And, well, by the theme, you can see there's a lot of skulls on there, and some counting for score marks of people there as well, it looks like. Also says kill in case, you know, it wasn't clear on what to do. Cool little kind of skull design there with a red tip for the sight. And there we go. Next, we've got a sap for you, and this one is very clean looking, and while it's named the Cleansed Sap. And I'm not too sure about that name, it's a little weird. But one way or another, this thing is quite clean looking. Aiming down the sights, you've got some red sights. And we'll pop a little reload there. Next, we've got a bright gold star for you. This is a continuation of the black gold set, of course. And it has everything you can imagine from that set. Aiming down the sights here. Very shiny. And pop that reload. Next, we've got some MP5s for you. Starting out with this one. This is the heat reacting MP5. And as you kind of move around, you can see it does kind of shade differently, but it's not like the tempered. It's more kind of like, well, something that reacted, metal reacting to like heat treatment, more or less. And yeah, I kind of like it. It's similar, but different. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a bright red tip. And there's that reload. Next up, we've got a very colorful MP5 for you. This is the Vortex MP5. And yeah, it just kind of has these tiger stripes kind of tears going through it. Aiming down the sights, not too much going on. It looks like it kind of has a slightly lighter tip, but honestly, could have done a little bit more there with the ADS. Next, we've got an AK for you, and this one's got some pretty sweet looking art. This is the Reptile AK-47 by Zimic. And yeah, it's just got this crazy tongue sticking out, and it's just very cool looking art. Aiming down the sights here, there's more scales, and you've got a black tip against the silver and the green. Next, we've got another AK, and this thing is quite crazy looking. This is the Berserker's AR by Vase. And yeah, it's just got a lot going on. There's this crazy thing on there, a big B down there that looks like it's scrawled in blood. Then you've got this creepy face back at you, and then these very, very bright sights. Definitely something that looks like it was pulled out of the depths of hell. Next, we've got an AK that's a little bit more on the bright and trippy side. This is the Overdose AK-47. It comes in a blue and a yellow version, so you can check out the yellow version down in the workshop link in the description of my video. And yeah, it's just got all this trippy stuff going on. Aiming down the sides, there's an eye, and you've got a blue versus a kind of almost deep, deep, deep red sight. It's almost black, but you can see it's actually got red to it. And let's take a look at that art one more time. Creepy. Next, we've got another AK that's more on the clean side. This is the Prototype AR by Glider. And as you can see, this thing is sleek and shiny and almost a little bit futuristic looking. But hey, who knows? It might have a chance still. And as you can see, it's got kind of like an orangey versus the black and silver tips there. Next, we've got an LR for you, and it's part of the carbon fiber set by Phase. And there is a stockless version, but unfortunately, since the first thing that was accepted as stockless, I don't think any more will ever be accepted because it messes up the animation when you pull it out. Because you still pull out a stock that doesn't exist. But, one way or another, this version is still very clean and quite awesome looking. Aiming down the sights, you've got a red tip against the black sight. Next, we've got an L9 for you, and this one also looks like it came out of the depths of hell. This is the Butcher L96 by Roto. And as you can see, it's adorned with gold here and there, but there's some kind of craziness tearing on through it. And yeah, I think those might be some teeth down there. Definitely a very crazy looking L9. But that does it, everyone. Sound off in the comment section below which ones you're hoping for the most and why. I always love hearing that from you. Thanks for watching. Stay rusty, and we will see you on Thursday to see which ones made it in.